All right. Okay. Art party round 2. We're going to try this again. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, looks like the sound's working. I think the sound is working. Again, in the comments, let me know if you're here, if you can hear me. Yeah, so just say hi in the comments. I'm going to type here, welcome to the art party. Okay, people are saying, yay, you can hear me, sound, technology. We're solving so many problems today already. This is fantastic. Okay, welcome again to the art party. This is the first time I've done a live stream, really of anything. So we've got a lot of really exciting things planned today for you. And I'm really excited to see you all here, to have you in these spaces. And I'm so excited to share with you all the things that we are going to be doing today. I'm just going to give a few more people time to hop on. So what I would suggest right now, wherever you are, is just to get yourself, if you want, you can take this time just to kind of get settled in. Maybe you're like me, you have a cup of water. Where I am, it's 10 a.m. in the morning. So I also have some coffee here. You can lay out your art supplies. I always like to have my art supplies laid out. So I have so many markers. So many markers here. I have my pencil case. I have some charcoals. I have a bunch of pastels. Woo! What else do we have here? I have a fun troll. I love toys, so I have some toys here. I have some paint as well. I've got like markers and pens. Let me make sure I have my markers because I'm going to be writing some stuff down. Let me just get all that. Okay, there we go. Crucial markers. Love to see the comments in the chat. If you are going to be posting anything, you want to post videos of yourselves watching, I can go check this out later. So the Facebook page is B Raleigh Art. Everywhere else on social media, I am at B Raleigh. And then also, I might be asking you to email me stuff. And that's my email, braleigh@icloud.com. Okay. I want to start with an activity. There's going to be lots of activities. Sorry, some people are messaging me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with the Facebook video. We're going to go ahead like this. There are going to be more art parties. We'll talk about that at the end. But to start, thank you, Shannon, by the way. Shannon's sending me some very, very helpful comments. I really appreciate that. I love all the people connecting. So that's the first thing that I want to start with. Even though we are in different places physically, our spirits and our energy can connect. So wherever you are, whether you're sitting, lying down, if you're like me and you're standing, I just want you to start to ground yourself. Feel yourself where you are. And just notice the parts of you that are touching any surface. Notice that stability. Notice how it feels. And if you're willing to, I invite you now to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Notice your breathing. Notice the air filling up your belly. And I want you to start to notice, so for me, it's my feet, whatever part of you is touching a grounding surface. And I want you to imagine that connection. As I mentioned, there's our physical bodies, but your spirit, it's going to connect deeper. It's going to connect deeper into the land. It's going to start to connect with all the natural elements that are somewhere below your body, that are around your body, that are around your spirit. Your spirit's going to reach out and start to connect to those things. So you can start to feel the energy from the rocks. You can start to feel the energy from the water. You can feel the energy from the soil. You can feel the energy from all the animals. You can feel the energy from the air, from the birds in the air, from the trees, from the wind. And for me, I'm going to start to reach out and also feel the people around. Start to feel the people, the spirits of the people, the energy from the people all around you. And I want you to feel back to your ancestors, feel back to the people, some of the people who are on the land now, who are first on the land. For me, those people are the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat. And just feel that connection. Connect to those people who have been taking care of this land, taking care of all those energies. And we're all connected in this. We're all feeling that together. And while you start to feel that connection, I want us to do a song together. So I wrote this song this morning. It's a really easy song. I need you all to help. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do, and you can just pound on your chest, you can clap your hands, you can stomp your feet. And it's just a really simple rhythm like this. And then you're going to start humming. Yeah, just like that. Just keep humming like that. Humming, making that beat. I'm going to sing it one time, and then we're all going to sing it together. We're on this land, you and I. We're on this land now and forever. We're on this land, you and I. Let's share together. Let's try that all together. So the first line is we're on this land. Every second line is we're on this land. 3, 2, 1. We're on this land, you and I. We're on this land now and forever. We're on this land, you and I. Let's share together. One more time, all together. Here we go. We're on this land, you and I. We're on this land now and forever. We're on this land, you and I. Let's share together. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Oh, you sounded so great. That was fantastic. Thank you for joining me in that. And I want to do our first activity right now. So I got this page. And so part of the reason I wrote that song is I'm constantly thinking about what it means to share this land. So my parents, they're immigrants. They came here. And so we were not the first people on this land. As I mentioned, for where I am, so the continent I'm on is Turtle Island. And the first people in the area that I am in are the Mississaugas, the Credit, the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat. And where you are, that might be different. But there's lots of creatures, there's lots of things, and we're all sharing this together. So in the comments, in the chat, I would love it if for each person, I want you to finish this saying. And we're going to do an activity with this. When we are all sharing, it feels. And you can write anything. Anything you write is correct. So if you can write in the chat, or if you can get someone to help you write in the chat for each person, and then as they appear in the chat, I'm going to fill this out. So as they come in that chat, so again, when we are all sharing, it feels. When we are all sharing, it feels. And I'm just going to record all the answers. And I love this theory. This is called first idea, best idea. So whatever first comes into your mind, that's the one. Just boop, type it into the chat if you can. All right. Peter, happy. Thank you, Peter. All right, I'm writing these down. All right, Ivy says good. Claire, like a beautiful connection. Marlo, nice. Marlo says nice. Amazing. What else? Shannon says freeing. Thank you, Shannon. I'll give a few moments. I know sometimes people feel a bit shy or need to take a moment. I want to make sure we're giving those people space. I'm like that. Oh, it splashed water in my face. I'm like that. I can take a moment. I need to take a moment to like think about answers. Okay, here we go. We have Alex, powerful. We have a phonetic answer from CJ, which has been typed out, and I'm going to try and pronounce this. If I mispronounce it, CJ, I apologize. Gitsky wacky. CYKWAYI. Then we have excited, also from CJ. Respectful from Charlotte. Thank you. More people just joined. We are answering the question, when we are all sharing, it feels. So I'll give a few more moments for people. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes and just take a breath to think about that. Oh. Thank you, Alex, for sharing the prompt there with Shay. Appreciate that. I love it. When we all take care of one another, that's so great. We have Debbie saying joyful, amped. Cool. Okay. Awesome. All right. So the second part of our activity. Wow, these are such beautiful words. Thank you so much, everybody. This is amazing. All right, we're going to read this all together because I think everyone's voices are super important. And that can be out loud. That can be in your head. But everyone's voices are so important. And I love giving the opportunity to everyone. Oh, okay. Ryan, are you able, is that for the, oh, we got a couple more. Perfect. We got scary. And then Ryan, is that for the thing, or is there, if is there a way you can pare that down to like, or is that just a comment? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm going to write just for a single word. I'm going to write weary for you, Ryan. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Good point. Yes. Yeah, we have to take care of each other. We have to take care of ourselves too. Yeah. Nice, Ryan. And we're going to talk about that actually in a moment, what it means to take care of each other and take care of ourselves. Okay, so for this activity now, the second part, we're going to read this all together. So we'll start when we are all sharing, it feels, and then I'll point through the words. Okay, because I said everyone's voices are important. So I'm going to count us down. 3, 2, 1. When we are all sharing, it feels happy, nice, good, giskiweki, like a beautiful connection, excited, freeing, respectful, powerful, joyful, amped, scary, weary. Let's just take a moment to feel that. Wow, so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm so happy we could start that way. And then, of course, the question might be, what are we starting? What have we already started? That's a fantastic question. So today, I have a theme for us. And that theme is our magical future. Our theme is our magical future. And there's 2 goals for today. And I've written them down. The first goal is to further connect with our creative spirit. And we all have a creative spirit. And when we deepen this connection to our creative spirit, everything, even the most boring things in life, become exciting, which I think is really important. I mean, right now, this might be day 7 or longer that you are stuck in your home, or you're quarantined in your home. You're making that choice, that responsible choice, and connecting with our creative spirit can just make all this a lot more entertaining. Okay, goal number 2 for today is to imagine what we want the future to be like. Imagine what we want the future to be like. And I think that if you can ask yourself, what do I want the future to be like? Especially in the most difficult of times, you're going to more clearly see the choices that you have before you. So there's always some choices you can make. There might be a lot of things you don't have choices over. There's always some choices. So if you can ask, what do I want the future to be like? Okay, so those are 2 goals for today. And I always think it's important that when we set goals, when we come together as a group, we also talk about our needs and what we need to achieve those goals. And I thought, especially given the pandemic and the stuff going on, just I like to think of agreements just in general too, about not just in this hour and this art party that we're all doing together, what those agreements might be, but what could we agree to when we start to think about a magical future? Like, what would be the things that how we would want to treat each other, how we would want to be treated, and also the things you would want from someone like me. So someone who might be leading you through something, someone who might be in a leadership position. What would you want from them? And I have my chart paper here, so I'm going to write these things down. You can post in the comments, and I'm just going to start writing down all the things. So these are our agreements for today for the art party, but I do encourage and challenge you to think about generally what do you want in terms of agreements. Like if we as an entire community, and we are a community, we are all so connected, and we're seeing that today. And I think that's something so magical. What do we want? How do we want to be treated? How do we want to treat other people? How do we want to show up? And what do we need from our leaders? If you weren't, yeah. Okay, Shannon, open-minded. Thank you. All right, awesome. So Ryan says no master, and I'm a big proponent of flipping things so they're positive language. So I think if I can, Ryan, to paraphrase that into making sure everyone's voices are heard or collective leadership, or maybe share leadership. care. Yeah, what else? This could be anything. If you're one of the more younger people in the art party, you could think back to school and you might go, how do I want my teachers to treat me? Like if I could make any kind of school, what would that school be like? How would I want the other people in my class to treat me? Being kept informed. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, information sharing is key. Alex, seek solutions from the communities. Yes. Fair. All right. So Ivy says no airplanes, and I think I know Ivy is a very Ivy. You care so much about the environment, and so I think again we're going to try and use positive language. So more responsible ways of transportation. Um, and I can just say more responsible treatment of the environment. Let's just expand that. Let's just go big here, Ivy. Respect. Oh, yeah, I love that word. Thank you, Claire. Kindness. Thank you, Marlo. Let's see. Am I missing anything so far? These are really great. What else? What else? One thing you've heard me, excuse me, one thing you've already heard me talk about, and it's one thing every time I'm facilitating, I bring this in and I try to live this daily in my life, and it is positive language towards self and others. So I always try to use positive language. What do I want more of? What do I want to do more of? How can I say yes? Um, it's pretty easy to use positive language, I think, towards other people. I think the harder one can be using that positive language towards yourself, especially that inner voice in your head. So for today as well, even just in this art party, let's challenge ourselves to keep that voice staying positive. Positive language towards self and others. Oh, Alex asked for the prompt again. So what we're doing is we're coming up with an agreement for the art party today. And I like to also think of this as agreements just for all of us collectively together. So it can be, how do you want to be treated? How do you want to treat other people? And um, depending on who is the leader, who's the person who's sort of guiding you through something, what do you want from them? So as me as like the facilitator of this art party, what would be some things you would want from me? Oh, put nature first. There we go. Put nature first. That's a great way of phrasing it. Awesome. Thank you. That's from Amy or Ivy or both. Have as much fun as you can. Okay, I'm going to give a few more moments here for people. To just come up with these prompts or these agreements. Okay, these are pretty good. These are fantastic. These are amazing. And we can add to these as we go. That's the nice thing. This is a living document right here. So I've written it on this page, but we can live all of these things. Oh, Alex, thank you so much. Thank you for writing the prompts. That's super helpful. Okay, so let me try and get this in a good spot. Okay, so our agreements, what do we have? We have more responsible treatment of the environment, open-minded, share leadership, collective voices, respect, kindness, care, being kept informed. I know it can be kind of hard to read here on this. speak solutions or seek solutions from the community, fair, put nature first, respect kindness. I might have said those. It's good to say these again. Have as much fun as you can, and positive language towards self and others. Amazing. As I said, these are living documents, so we can always add to this anytime we want, because we're going to make it come alive. That's how we're going to add to this. We're going to bring this document alive. We're going to bring it alive through our actions. And we're going to do our first action right now. So what I want you to do is reach out to these agreements. You can reach out with one hand or another, or maybe you want to reach out with a foot. Maybe you want to reach out with your head. Alex, I'm going to add that. Alex just added one. I'm going to add that in a moment. So we're going to reach out with our hand. And then on the count of 3, I just want you to say yes really loudly. Okay, we ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes! Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That was fantastic. That was so great. Okay, I'm going to add Alex's right here, knowing what we can and can't control. Amazing. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So now that we've got our agreements here, let's get to know each other a little bit more. Okay, the first thing, best way to get to know each other first is how do we know each other? How do we refer to each other? And first thing is our name and our pronouns. So if you don't know what a pronoun is basically, I like to give really simple explanations. So it's basically a word or words other than your name that you want to be referred to. Now, some people have pronouns. Some people prefer that people only use their name, don't use pronouns. And some people don't know what their pronouns are. All of those things are okay. For me, for example, my name is B, and my pronouns are they and them. So on the count of 3, what I want you to do is call out to me so I can hear you. Call out your name and your pronouns. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Yes, that was great. That was fantastic. That was so good. It's nice to see you all here at the art party. Welcome. And we're going to get to know each other a little bit more. Now that I know your names and your pronouns, now that we've called them out, I have one more question for you. This is going to be a question we're going to ask in the chat. And I wrote the question down. Okay. So, for this next question, we're going to do a bit of an activity. Right. Okay. So what I want you to do, actually, sorry. I thought we were going to answer this next one in the chat. This is a different one. This is kind of a magical thing. Okay. So what I want you to do is, again, it's kind of back to our first activity. So wherever you are, whether you're standing, sitting, lying down, however you are right now, again, we're going to take a deep breath in and out. On the next deep breath out, I invite you to either close your eyes, lower your gaze. Just for a moment, I want you to imagine yourself in the future. This could be 10 minutes from now. This could be 10 years from now. Just somewhere in the future. Get that image. Hold it in your mind. Do you have it? Give you a few more moments. Some still don't have it. Okay, now, on the count of 3, we all together are going to make a sound that represents that future. Keep your eyes closed. We're going to make a sound that represents that future. Any sound you make is absolutely okay. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Wow. What amazing sounds. Oh, that's so fantastic. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to go on to an activity now called milling. So for this activity, basically, we're going to move, if you are able, we're going to move around the room. And moving around the room can be walking around the room. It can be crawling around the room. It could be, if you were in a wheelchair, you could be rolling around the room. If you are, it can even be moving around the room with just your eyes, just with your gaze. So just start to move around right now, and I'm going to guide you through this. So just start to move around. Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, just start to move however you want. Yeah, nice and slow. And start to move around the room with curiosity. That's a big theme for today. We're going to start moving around the room with curiosity. Notice the room. Notice how things feel, the ground underneath you when you move. Now you can just start lightly touching items as you pass them. So just lightly touching things as you pass them by. Notice how they feel. Notice what is special and unique about how they feel. How do they smell? How do they sound? You might know this already. Everything in this space is your friend. They help you all the time. Wherever you are, as you move through, start to give these friends a smile, the way you give any of your friends a smile. A little glance, maybe a head nod. Maybe you start to say, hey, or hello. Same way you would greet any friend. You hear that? They're saying hi back. If you listen, hear the way they greet you. Really listen. Do you hear that? Yeah. Hear how each greeting is different. The way each object greets you is different. Now, turn to the next object you see. Lean in and whisper one thing you like about that object. And then keep moving. Nice and slow, moving with curiosity. That's it. Just like that. Now, at the next object, turn and whisper one nice thing that object does for you. And thank the object and keep moving. That's it. Keep moving. Okay, the next object. Lean in, whisper, tell it how you are feeling right now, and then ask that object how it's feeling. Listen for the answer. Then thank the object and keep moving. Sit. Okay. And I want you to walk towards the middle of the room, or just if you're stationary, have a look around the room. You don't have to be right in the middle, just wherever you are. And pause. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Feel the energy from everything in the room. Now open your eyes. And with love in your heart, slowly spin around and notice the whole room. Notice everything. Notice all the love and energy. And close your eyes again or lower your gaze. And take a moment to think about all the things you saw and felt. Even all those super tiny things that are so small, you might miss them. Think of all the feelings and the energy in the room. And out loud, whisper one hope you have for where you are. I want more creativity. That's great. That's really amazing. Okay. So, now, I want you to just take a moment. We're going to slowly get set up for our next activity. We're going to get ready to time travel. Okay? So, what we're going to do is your art supplies might be set up, but if they're not, just kind of have them set up around you. So I have some paper out, some drawing materials. We're going to do some drawing in a moment. We're going to time travel and we're going to do some drawing. So just have them set up. So I have some blank sheets of paper here. Some markers. Okay. All right. So we're going to time travel together. And already, you might know this, you might not, but already at the beginning of this party, for a brief moment, we traveled through time. You might remember that. Yes, that's right. We used our imaginations, and our imaginations are time machines. And together, I am going to show you how to use those time machines. Hands up if you already know how to use your imagination as a time machine. Okay, some of you do. Some of you do, some of you it's not, maybe. All right, we've probably tried this already. Okay, so we're going to do this together. So this activity has a few steps, and the first one is time traveling. Are you ready? Let me hear you say yes if you're ready, or nod yes, or give me a thumbs up. Okay, yeah, all right. Amazing, perfect. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to ground ourselves. You notice I love a lot of grounding. We're going to love a lot of breathing. So the first thing, we're just going to ground ourselves. So we're going to do 3 breaths together. So in, and out, and in. One more in. And on this one, close your eyes or lower your gaze. Now, inside our imagination, each one of us is going to move into the future, into that magical future of possibility. All right. So just start to travel forward in your imagination. And in this magical future of possibility, what does it smell like? So take a deep breath in through your nose. Maybe take another. Breathe in through your nose with curiosity. What does it smell like? Start to listen. Really listen. What does this future sound like? Reach out with your limbs, maybe your hands, maybe your legs, maybe just feeling the sensations on your skin. What does the air feel like? What does the ground feel like? Is there anything else around that you can touch? What does that feel like? Soft, smooth, rough, hard. Keeping your physical eyes closed, but your imagination eyes, let them open up. What do you see? What does this magical future look like? Take a few glances around, look around. Okay. Then take another deep breath in through your nose and out. Slowly let your imagination come back into your body, come back into this moment, come back into the room. And when you open your eyes, you're going to move to the paper and start drawing that magical future. And I have a few guidelines for you. So keep your eyes closed, and here are the guidelines. The first guideline is to create like you are dreaming. Let your thoughts go. The second guideline is to create using your feelings. We've traveled through time with our imagination, which is different from our thinking brain. So let go of thinking and create using your feelings. Remember, you've just been to the future. So open your eyes now. Find a blank sheet of paper. Find your drawing, creating materials, and start to draw that magical future. We're going to draw this magical future using free drawing, so we're just going to create. We're just going to openly create. And again, remember, you've been to this future. Let all that information come out from your body and leave it on the page. I'm going to put some music on to help us. Let those materials guide you. So if you see a material, just trust your intuition and go for it. That's it. Everything you are doing is exactly what you're meant to be doing. Create with that energy.
What you're making is fantastic. Keep going. Just letting you know. I've noticed the time. I said the art party originally would go to 11, and I want to be respectful of that. But also, I think what we're doing is fantastic. So if you have time, probably go for another half hour just to finish wrapping everything up. So if you're cool staying, we'll stay. We'll keep going. And then just, if you do have to duck out before we're completely finished, just say bye in the chat. Keep going. You're doing great. That's fantastic. Yes, create with that intuition. So create with that curiosity. Keep going.
I'm thinking we can keep creating our magical futures for about another 5 minutes. If anyone thinks, though, that they need more time, just let me know in the chat. All right, let's take about another minute to sort of wrap up. All right. So whether you feel completely done or not, you can just put pause and just I invite you to, if you can, or if you can get someone to help you, to take a photo of your work and then email it to my email. And my email is brawley@icloud.com. If you're on the chat, I put it in the chat. So my email is brawley@icloud.com. BWRAULEY at iCloud, icloud.com. You can do all lowercase. I just did it like that to make it look a little bit nicer. So braleigh at icloud.com. You might actually be able to post photos in the chat. You could also post photos of your art in the chat if that works. Oh yes, and another option too is you can text it to me. So there's my number. I'm just gonna put it in the chat here so you can text me that. Okay. So I'm just gonna open my email here. So Kathleen, thank you so much for sending the photo of your magical future. That's great. And maybe create a little slideshow here. And what we'll try to do is create a slideshow using all the photos you sent me. All right, so Kathleen sent over one from CJ. I just got one from Shannon. Oh, both. So I'm gonna assume this is Shannon and Marlowe's. Oh, there's a few here. Perfect, we got 3. Awesome. Okay. Oh, Marlo did 2, and then Shannon did 1. That's great. I got one from Claire here. Okay, here they are. They're coming in. And I'm just adding them. I'm going to make a... I'm going to see if I can do a slideshow for all of us. So again, send those photos of your magical futures. Ah, great. We got one from Nina. Perfect. Okay, I'm just saving these to my computer. So make a slideshow of all this great art. Fantastic. Please keep sending it in. So we got 2 more here. So we got Nina's and Amy's. Double check the emails again. We got Patty's. We got Ivy's. Oh, such great art. I'm excited to show these all to all of you. Okay. Who else? Who else are we waiting on? So I did find out I think you can share them through Facebook. I got some through Facebook. Okay, Ryan. Yes, thank you, Ryan. I got Charlotte's here on my phone. I got Ryan's. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Who else? So many great photos here. Okay, I'll give a few more moments for more peoples to come in. Again, you can email them to me. Here we go. We got one from Debbie coming in. It's a little slow. Debbie, if you're willing to, you can also text that to me. I put my number here in the chat. That might be a little bit easier. Here we go. I got Debbie's. Okay. Now, what you can also, oh yes, okay. What you can do while these are coming in too, I'll just give one more moment to wait for, see if anyone else has come in. But while they're doing that, I want you to just take a look at what you drew and just look at it and see if it reveals, look at it with curiosity and ask what you might learn from this creation. What it might be teaching you. Just think about that. And maybe not even try to answer, just think about it while I wait for to see if anything else comes in. Okay, I'll give another minute. All right. While you think about that question, let's also think about that question while we see if I can share my screen here. Okay. Just getting the slideshow set up. All right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can do this from my phone. Can we see sort of? Let me see if my brightness is all the way up. Is okay. Because I'm going to try and share my screen. But that was difficult to do. All right, let's try this. Again, just think, what can we learn from these? Saw this one. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can drop these in the chat too. Okay. Bring it really close, it gets a little bit better. So we'll go back through. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing those. And so to sort of begin with our closing, I have a couple things we can do with that. So as I asked you earlier, I asked you to take a look at what you drew and ask what you learned from that. So now in the chat, I want you to think of just think of that question. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to just reflect on them. And if you feel like answering, you can post your answers into the chat. So the first question I'm wondering is, what were people feeling like before this art party started? So before you joined in on the chat, or maybe you were here right in the beginning and you were having all those audio problems, what were you feeling like? I know I was super nervous personally. So I was feeling nervous. Hands up. Was anybody else feeling nervous? Hands up if you were feeling nervous. Maybe a little bit. Okay, what else were you feeling? If you were feeling something, please put it in the chat. Um, okay, so Debbie wrote, was feeling sort of like some concern for me when the sound wasn't work. Thank you, that's so caring. Was anyone else feeling like, oh, B's having trouble? Hands up for that. Marlo was feeling excited. Hands up if you were feeling excited. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Some people feeling excited. So was Ivy. We have curious. Was anyone here feeling curious? Hands up if you were feeling curious. I'm trying to like do my hand up in the camera. Hands up if you were feeling curious. So talk about concern for self too. Ryan was worried that Ryan might have been losing his hearing. Is anyone else worried about losing their hearing? Oh yeah, Shannon, you and my mom, similar, wanted to help. Okay. Second question, what are you feeling now? So as we come to the end of our art party, what are you feeling now? I know I'm personally feeling definitely more relaxed. Ryan is feeling happy to see me. Ryan, I'm also like super stoked to have you in this art party. I'm really happy actually all of you are here. Who else is happy to Amy, less overwhelmed by life? Yeah. Who else has been maybe like feeling overwhelmed and feels, happy that things like to see like familiar faces on video chats like these or these kind of community things. So like hands up if you're sometimes feeling anxious or overwhelmed and these things help. Shannon, yeah, relaxed, happy. Claire, calm and happy, connecting. Charlotte, connected. Yeah, yeah. That's a big thing that's going on. And I mentioned at the beginning of this, like we have that ability to be more connected. So knowing that, like knowing some of these things, how we're feeling before, how we're feeling now, looking at these magical futures. The last question I have for you, before we sort of get to our final activity, is what might you do differently going forward? What's something you might do differently going forward? Oh, interesting. Amy shared that she was feeling. So Amy, for those of you who don't know, has 2 kids, and an amazing partner, Sam, and was feeling like she was trying to have to sort of distract the kids from isolation. And this was nice because it was also something to distract her from that isolation. So anyone thought how it's interesting that this social distancing and this has actually allowed us the space to do these things? If you think, I personally, I love facilitating, but the idea of facilitating something on a Saturday is an idea I've been playing with for a while, but haven't done. And if I was doing it before social distancing, it would have been an in-person thing. So there's a lot of you who wouldn't be able to participate in that. So this has given us this avenue. Um, Shannon wants to do art together more often. Who wants to do more things like this with me, with other people more often? Art together more often. So hands up if that's something you want to do more often. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Seeking out connections with people, sharing thoughts and feelings, sending love to everybody. Yeah. Yeah. And I think even just that, those messages, we have so many tools for connection and connectivity that we can share that. Ryan, turn the amps up 11 and play louder, heavier, harder, faster. Yes, this is the time to go like past our comfort zones and really just like just trusting those intuitions for sure. Who wants to just like Rock out. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, more task focusing on the process rather than the outcome. Yes, just creating for the sake of creating, reading for the sake of reading. Um, whatever it is. I think sometimes we can be so focused on output and just enjoy doing and being in the present moment. Time for reflection and creativity. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay, and I'm sure more of these are going to be pouring in, and as they do. So the last activity we're going to do is a song. So even if you just popped in, because I think Hannah might have just popped in. Hi, Hannah. We're going to do a song together. So the opening line of the song is "In Our Magical Futures." And then you add to the end of that. So I'm going to write that here in the chat. In our magical futures. And then below this, just write, because we're going to sing this song together. So we can follow along all together. In our magical futures. Oh, I didn't show you what I draw. So, sorry, that's my drawing. In our magical futures. And I'm just going to get set up to play this song. So you can write down a line, and then you can get your instruments out. And this can be any instruments. Literally, anything. Okay. So I'm close enough that I can read. I got my guitar here. I'm just going to warm up. So the song is going to kind of be to this tune. And if you're going to play along, we'll sing it in a moment. I'll tell you when we're starting. But if you have an instrument that has like notes and chords and keys and things like that, it's G, C, and then D. Then back to G. So I'll keep playing those. I'll give you a few more minutes. So I think we would sing this song together to end our fantastic art party. And basically it's going to go in our magical futures and then a line, and then in our magical futures and then a line. So we're going to write it together. We're going to sing it together. And I've really been working on embracing the fact that we all have musical abilities. We all can play together. I love playing music with people. It feels like scary and stuff, but as we recall, a lot of people felt scared or nervous at the beginning of this art party, and now we're feeling a lot more happy and relaxed and stuff. Brenda's got a drum. That's fantastic. I'm gonna add that to the line of the song too. So that's going in the song, Brenda. So again, in the chat, just finish the line, in our magical futures. So Marla right now says, we love each other and feel nice. and then we all feel connected. So when we sing this together, the first two lines would be, in our magical futures, we love each other and feel nice. In our magical futures, we all feel connected. Oh, and then Brenda, right. In our magical futures, I have my drum. All right. Okay. There we go. I see rainbows and unicorns. Thank you, Brenda. We sing together. We spend our time together. We wiggle and dance and have fun. These are really great. We watch our friends. We're all safe and happy. Just gonna type these out and put them back in the chat. And we're all safe and happy. We laugh out loud. Okay. Right, and then I have 3 that I wanted us to end on. I'm going to put in the chat and say out loud in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to put it all together. Okay. So, hopefully you can all see that. All right, so we're going to try and do this together. I very rarely play guitar and sing in front of other people. Remember, so it's in our magical futures, and then each line. So we always come back to in our magical futures. So even if seeing the other lines is difficult for you, or reading them is difficult for you, or maybe you're watching and you're not on the chat, we can always sing in our magical futures. So I'll show you how it goes, and then we'll all do it together. Like, in our magical futures, this is where we sing a line. Wait, hold on. Maybe it goes, in the magical futures, this is where we sing a line. Yeah, there we go. Let's try the first line together. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. In our magical futures, we love each other and feel nice. In our magical futures, we all feel connected. In our magical futures, I have my drum. In our magical futures, I see rainbows and unicorns. In our magical futures, we sing together. In our magical futures, we wiggle and dance and have fun. In a magical future, we wash our hands. I hope we're doing that now too. In a magical future, we're all safe and happy. In a magical future, we laugh out loud. In a magical future, we're all possible beings. Let's try that again. In a magical future, we're all possible beings. In a magical future, we can dream all things. In a magical future, our choices are the change. One more time, we'll end. In a magical future, our choices are the change. All right, everybody. I want you to take one big, deep breath in, and then on the count of 3, we're going to make a sound. Any sound you want. Ready? Deep breath in. 3, 2, 1. Yahoo! Oh, that was so fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today at this art party. I'm going to be doing another one of these on Wednesday. I'm going to do Wednesday at same time. Let's do Wednesday at 10 a.m. So I'll put that online. If you like today, there's one thing I really want to ask you, and that is if you have the ability to donate to a local food bank. There's a lot of people who have trouble accessing food and supplies and things like that, and donating to a local food bank can help. I know there's a lot of remote communities, a lot of indigenous communities who don't even have clean drinking water. So there's also an organization called True North Aid. So you can go to True North Aid. I believe it's truenorthaid.com. So True North Aid. But also donate to a local food bank if you can. And remember, we're all in this together. So remember that community. Stick together. And hopefully I see you back here Wednesday, 10 a.m. You can like the B. Raleigh artist page on Facebook. So B. Raleigh Art. Or you can follow me anywhere on social media. I am at B. Raleigh. So there's my email. My social is just the top, at B. Raleigh. Don't worry about the at iCloud part. So at B. Raleigh. I'll just hold that up for a second. Again, thank you so much. I love you all so dearly. You're so special to me. And hopefully I see you next time.